Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. If it's your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Anne, and if you have been here already, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create this glamorous green smoky eye look. So I think we're just going to dive right into the video. I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is prime the eyelids. I'm taking the MAC Cosmetics paint pot in the color Soft Ochre, my all-time favorite. I'm using this all over the eyelid, and this removes the redness, and it will leave like a nice clean canvas for my eyeshadow. Also, an eyeshadow primer makes your eyeshadow more long-lasting, so it's definitely something I never skip. So I apply it all over my eyelid using a brush which is actually not available anymore, unfortunately, but you can use any brush that you like. Then I use some powder to lock the primer in place, and then I use these eyeshadow guards. If you recreate this look and you want to use those as well, but you don't have them, you can also use some regular sticky tape and apply them along your eyelids. Now I'm going to play with this gorgeous palette today, which is from the brand Blend Bunny Cosmetics. And I'm starting with the white color. I'm going to use this for underneath the brow to kind of like highlight my brow bone. This is also going to make the transition from the green color in my crease towards the brow look better. And this is the palette that I used. I don't know why I'm not showing you guys this earlier, but yeah, I used the white color first and then I used the green color, and this is going to be the transition shade. So I'm going to blend this all over in my crease, going from the inner corner to the outer corner and just blending with my brush back and forth. I'm going in with quite a lot because I really want this color to be all over in the crease. It's kind of like the main base color of the look, so you definitely want to focus on blending this out as nice as possible. Also, because I use that white color underneath the brow, this one also, because of that, will blend really nicely into that white color, and it will just create a nice transition immediately, which is really nice. The next to that, I'm going to take the color Alive, which is also a green color, but this one is kind of what I would call like a grass green color. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm blending this into my crease, also a little bit lower than the previous color, so you can still see like that previous color right above it. And I'm also focusing like a lot in the outer portion of the eyelid, as you can see, because I already knew I was going in with a different color on the eyelid, so I wasn't too focused like bringing this all the way to the inner corner. I'm mostly like focusing at the outer part of the crease. So I'm just continuing to blend until I'm happy with how everything is looking. And then after this, I'm going to go in with the color Locked, which is an even darker color, kind of like the army green shade. And again, I'm going to blend this in the outer portion of the eyelids. And then with whatever's left on my brush, I'm blending it a little bit more upwards towards the crease area. And this is what kind of going to create that nice transition from light to dark. You can see by using many different colors, you will just get that really nice gradient. Of course, you can also get this with like one or two shades. No, not one shade, two shades. You definitely need two shades to get a transition. But you know, the more you use, I feel like the prettier it's gonna look. So then I went in with this color, which is so pretty. You can see very pigmented, and I just used my finger to apply this all over the eyelid, and the pigmentation is just beautiful. I personally really love Blend Bunny Cosmetics, their eyeshadow palettes. The matte shades are really easy to blend, and the shimmery colors are always so pigmented. I'm a huge fan. And there are a few palettes I actually have to get my hands on, because they also have a really beautiful pastel palette, which I really need to get that one. But then next I went in with this darker color, and I'm going to use this to blend it along the lash line. I wanted to kind of go for like this smudgy wing liner effect. I mean, it would be the obvious to go for like a wing liner or something, but I wanted to do something more blended out. I feel like it always gives a really beautiful like sultry effect, beautiful for like wedding makeup. So yeah, I wanted to do that. But of course, if you recreate this and you want to go for like a bold winged liner, you can do that as well. I think that will be really pretty as well. But I feel like with like the blended eyeshadow, it just gives a different effect. I really like it. So I'm just blending and blending again until I'm happy with how it's looking, applying a little bit more of that dark shade. And later on, I will also go in with some black eyeshadow to make it even darker. And I will also go in with some eyeliner. But again, just with the eyeshadows in the crease, the more you're gonna layer it with like a lighter dark shade and then a super dark shade, you again will get that nice dimension and gradient into it, which is gonna make it look just more beautiful. So I used the same eyeshadow as I just used and blended this along the lash line. So I'm not going in with an eyeliner right now, but just using that eyeshadow for a softer look. Even though I will go in with eyeliner because I wanted it to be more black, but you can also keep it like this and keep it more on the softer side. But just make sure that you keep blending until everything looks good. And then I went in with the color that I earlier used on the eyelid, and I just decided to add a bit more because I really wanted it to be as shiny as possible. Then I decided to go in with some eyeliner because I was just not happy with how dark it was. And then I used a brow gel. I don't know why I'm using the brow gel right now, but that's what I did. Then I removed the eyeshadow guards, and you can see how it's currently looking. It looked kind of weird. It took off the concealer underneath the eyeshadow, so I decided to go back in with some concealer to clean it all up. I didn't use foundation yet, so it didn't really matter, but yeah, I definitely wanted to fix that by going in with some more concealer to clean it all up and make it look more sharp. So after that, I used a little bit more eyeliner and a little bit more black eyeshadow, and then I went in with the Natasha Denona. I'm not sure what the name of this pencil is, but it's one of their newest or latest launches, I believe. It's a super beautiful kind of like emerald green color, and I'm using this for in the waterline. It's a different kind of green as the green that I used for today's eye look, but I thought it actually gives a really cool effect. You know, the obvious thing to do was like go in with a green color, which is exactly the same color as the eyeshadows, but just by going in with like a different type of green just gives it something different, which I think looks even prettier. I also feel like the color in the waterline suits really well with my eye color actually. So I'm using this color underneath the lower lash line, trying to kind of like blend it into my waterline as well. So you can't really see like any skin in between anymore. That's kind of like the goal. So I just continue to blend again. And then I went in with the color White Hot and using that in the inner corner. Because I felt like there was kind of like a gap in between the lower lash line and the color on the eyelid. So to kind of like blend the green into that light glittery color, this will look so much better. So then I used a lash curler because it's almost time for mascara. I will be using the Balm Cosmetics mascara, and this one is actually super nice. So I'm using this, yeah, this is the one, the Nui. I don't know what the name is, but I will link it down in the description bar. But this one is actually super nice. I haven't used it in a while, but look at my lower lashes. It makes them super long. I should definitely use this one more often. Then I went in with the Sigma Sultry lashes. Absolutely love these. So I'm popping them in the center of the eyelid, and then I'm pressing the inner corner and the outer corner of the lash band against my skin. I always try to apply it like directly on where I applied my eyeliner, so the lash band will kind of like fade into the eyeliner, make it look less visible. So yeah, here you have the finished result. I really hope you all enjoyed this. I really like how this eye look turned out. I love these kind of like dramatic, glamorous, smoky eye looks. And I just hope you guys like it as well. I know green is not the most popular color for eyeshadow, but I feel like it looks so gorgeous on brown eyes. So I hope you guys will give it a go. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!